I just had this certain idea that, oh, no way, no freaking way is this actually real. I'm not sure if what I'm actually seeing is actually real, but how in the world is there just had to be someone, if not Johnny Somali, there just had to be someone right at the border instead. Just, what the fuck? This comes from 50 Minutes of Shame. Look it up yourself if you like to, but what the this is outrageous. This is absolutely outrageous.
North Korea, yes. The other side of that green fence, just right there, is North Korea.
A few moments later.
You are fucking breaching treaties, bro. You are just only one of the reasons, maybe you are just one of the reasons why there are geopolitical tensions and why countries are mad at you and why countries are mad at tourists in fucking general. Oh my god. It's like we're not being allowed to travel anymore. It's because you pieces of shit. No, hold on. Even worse. This is not South Korea. This is from China. Of course they're not going to be happy with you. Kim Jong-un is their friend. Is Xi Jinping's friend, bro. Oh my god. And considering that there's already tensions between South Korea, there's already tensions between North Korea and the rest of the world, you're just going to have one Western China. Hello. I don't want you to do too much to him, but definitely, yeah. Detain his ass, bro. What is this?
拍些视频啊。
来这里拍摄一些视频，因为
哦，这边拿来一下。
Passport.
Do you guys remember that piece of crap that faked the kidnapping and murder of his best friend for content?
I wouldn't be surprised at this point if this guy was actually a prankster and then became a nuisance streamer. At this point, I'm not surprised. Why am I absolutely not surprised? That's right. Vitali.
Well, that guy is now a nuisance streamer. He was with Ice Poseidon in Japan and South Korea, and now he's in...
This is the CX effect. This is the fucking CX effect, bro. We gotta... Oh my god. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievably bullshit. Okay? This is unbelievably bullshit. We gotta stop things like this from happening. And Paul Dino is, I don't fucking care. He's just gotta be detained somewhere. We just gotta make sure that he is not going to make anyone do this. Whether he's responsible, whether he's personally responsible for these things or not, he is still not only just a big person of interest, but he's probably enabling all of this. Enabling. He's not the one responsible, but he is an enabler just because of his fucking presence. Just because of his fucking presence, bro.
China, and he actually got detained by the Chinese police. And what he did was so incredibly stupid because they asked him if he was live streaming, and he straight up lied to them, which could bite him in the ass in the future. But without further ado, let's get started.
Oh my god. All right, okay, now I can do that TikTok again about not getting any closer to North Korea because I lied.
I think my socks are not white anymore.
Oh god, please no!
Oh my god.
Now you
What
can't get
are
any
you
closer to
doing,
North Korea.
bro? What the hell?
Absolute. That is it. The other side of that green fence right there is North Korea. It's the North Korean river.
That's crazy. It's North Korea over there.
You could have just stayed in the car, or maybe observe from afar, Maybe just observe it all from afar, use a camera from there, but of course you're using your phone, you're fucking streaming, you just want to see everything. Past the fucking fence. Oh my god. This turd, the kind of severity that he's actually contributing to, I'm actually doing this shit. I am so very sorry for the Chinese who have to suffer his presence, for fuck's sake. Oh my god.
God. That camera didn't turn around to us yet, though, that one right there. When that turns around to us, that's when we know we're being watched.
They watch us 100% already.
But that camera doesn't care about us, it cares about people coming from that side.
Yeah.
Now, the North Korean border in China is not exactly a touristic attraction. I'm sure the cops are not used to seeing people go there because, let's face it, who would be stupid enough to go into such a dangerous zone for no other reason than...
Probably the ones who don't know the laws of the country they're going to and probably do not care about those laws and probably are so entitled enough to actually think that they can go everywhere, wherever they want, just because they are foreigners. They are Westerners. Look, I don't want to stomp on every fucking Westerner. I don't want to stomp on every American, on every European, on every Scandinavian country. Okay, I don't want to do that. But for fuck's sake, troll these pieces of shit who have the personality to break laws what you're seeing just right now. There's got to be, before anyone's allowed to travel, there's got to be a psych check. There has got to be a psychology check. For every one of these pieces of shit, bro. This is just horrible way of actually letting this go through, dude. This is just horrible.
Than clout. Oh yeah, that's right, kick streamers. Because as you're about to find out,
And by the way, IRL streaming is not supposed to be at this type of level, but here's the thing. There's supposed to be another type of level in which you're supposed to be tourists, but you're turning it categorically into something else. It's like IRL streaming is being morphed into nuisance streaming instead of being a separate entity. Guys, you're giving IRL streaming a bad name. Nuisance streamers, especially, maybe not enablers, but the nuisance streamers themselves, who do not care about laws and regulations in the country, you guys are giving IRL streaming a bad name. This is I cannot for the life of me understand these types of people. I just cannot for the life of me just understand what makes them fucking tick and what makes them break laws so easily. Like it's actually easy to breathe, bro. It is. Oh my god, I hate these types of people, bro.
Entire purpose of this was just to record a TikTok video that will probably earn him a couple pennies if he's lucky.
I'm currently standing on Chinese soil, but I'm actually the closest any person possibly can be to North Korea. Yes.
Maybe not IRL stream, maybe not IRL streaming, but this is nuisance streaming just because you're either going live or you are just posting a short. This is just all the same. You're still breaking laws, even if you're only just recording, even if it's only for recording purposes. It's just no, okay? No, absolutely not.
The other side of that green fence, just right there, is North Korea. And if you look all the way into the distance, if I zoom in, there is North Korean people just on the other side of that fence. That's a North Korean person right there. Maybe I can get them to wave to me. Actually, they're never going to be able to see me. They're kind of a little bit far away. And like, there's little farms over there. I saw like someone walking his cow. And like over here is like the patrol tower where they like check what's going on. And then there's really nice, beautiful mountains over here. Look how green and luscious they are. And right there is a bridge. And it's the only bridge in this area that connects China and North Korea together. I think in the next video, we're going to go and check that out.
So just a couple minutes later, obviously the police showed up because it is a national security threat to have unknown individuals at the border. Now, we know why they're there. They're desperate clout chasers, but the cops, they don't know that right off the bat.
A lot of these TikToks
Police.
not go on Chinese social media. Yeah, give me this. Just,
What's ready?
yeah.
Of course, the cops come.
With the
Of
sirens
course, of course.
7 leaves? 7?
They want us.
Of course.
然后你好，
你们来这个啊，
Let me do talking.
在机场对面那块江边，我们在这的啊，赶紧别反复的吧。咱是两个，你从哪来的？
Oh, this guy is serious behind you.
哪里来的？哪一个国家？
I'm from England and he's from Germany.
啊，他俩一个是那个英国的，一个是那个德国的。
我来自英国，他来自
At least they got translate. At least there's less difficulty when it comes to them. But seriously, it doesn't matter. The way this works, guys. If you're a tourist, don't break any laws for fuck's sake. There are places where you can go and where you cannot go. If you don't want to actually kill tourism in a country, don't do these things. This is just. I don't often travel, but even I know that you shouldn't do these things. Even I know. But of course, does any other nuisance stream actually want to listen to this type of person who doesn't travel? Honestly, if they don't even listen, they're idiots. They're actual idiots. Okay.
你们来这里做什么？你们来这儿做什么？
啥时候啊？
你们来这里做什么？
We came to film some videos. It's an interesting town for us. We wanted to look over, see North Korea and see what's going on.
我们来这里拍摄一些视频，因为
我这边拿了一下
我们还有很
You've
有
got a passport? Passport?
I will try never in my home.
Right, no, this is a situation. Just trust me.
Now, his buddy the passport, and that is extremely stupid. Obviously, they were going to identify you. I'm assuming that if he refused, they would just lock him up until him.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah.
I know that Japan can hold you, I believe, days without charging you with anything. So if that's how it is in Japan, imagine how it is in China.
That way my whole life.
Just trust me.
Look, I got no problems when it comes to the citizenry of China. The citizenry, okay. However, when it comes to positions, when it comes to people who have positions a bit closer to government agencies or government related stuff, like enforcement, sometimes I gotta look at them. I gotta really just look at them with both eyes open, because there are times when they can actually be friendly with you, but there are times that they have to absolutely be strict with you. Look, China operates that way, okay? They can be friendly, but only up to a certain point. But when it's time to not be friendly, this is the time you become scared of them, okay? Because seriously, you rules, you get identified, you get either issued a warning or you get detained because of the results of your actions. And it's just, why don't these people get it, for fuck's sake?
I'd rather not go to the police station. No, it's a little scary for me. I'd rather not go to the police station. It's a little scary for me. We can talk here if you like. I'd rather not go to the police station. It's a little scary for me. We can talk here if you like.
开车不去警察局吗？我有点害怕，你愿意的话，我们可以在这里谈谈。
不用害怕，简单的了解一下，因为咱们这个语言确实有些不太方便。
Don't be afraid of that.
We can use the well,
Yeah, they're gonna get detained. Don't be afraid of that.
we use the translator here and we can talk. It's no problem.
因为他们现在跟咱们语言不通嘛，然后呢，还有一些关于那对面的一些这个。
可以让我看一下你的
So they detained them for over an hour. They found out all the information they needed. They confiscated his phone and deleted the videos, even though after he's going to brag that it's still in his trash bin, which means he still has access to it. Now, there's one thing he did that was extremely stupid, is that they asked him if he was live streaming, and he straight up lied. He just hid his phone in his purse and said he wasn't live streaming, which I don't know how it works in China, but in some countries, if you lie to the cops, that can be obstruction of investigation, and you can get charged for it.
Well, you can get charged if you're found out. How often does China get out of their firewall, or get out from within their firewall to investigate the claims that these pieces of shit made. Because seriously, it's just, look, I don't like China either, okay? But that doesn't give me the right to break laws in China while I'm in there visiting. It's not pleasant, but the rules are there for a reason. I mean, what the fuck, bro?
It's going to be the most blurred one frame, but someone can screenshot it.
Just didn't make me remove it from the recently deleted.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, sorry. Did you forget it all?
I don't know.
Yeah, sorry.
Basically, they only take them as humbled tourists. Ban them, for fuck's sake. Ban them for breaking rules like this. Oh my god. This is something that we have to absolutely avoid. This is, before traveling, and maybe this is actually a good idea. There should be psychological evaluations for every tourist that has a record at any time they've had problems locally. So those who are going through psych evaluations when traveling should have some sort of record while they're inside their own country first, before they even travel elsewhere. As tourists, okay? Basically, businessmen, basically government officials are going to be immune at first to make sure that there is that operations on those individuals that those individuals conduct actually goes through smoothly. But tourists, unfortunately, we're going to have to clamp down on tourist activity. Unfortunately, this is what you're going to make. You're going to just going to want to make us do. It's just, unfortunately, they're going to be made to do this, and it's all for good reason. It should be for good reason. I really hate these types who think they can just get away with everything, bro. I just really hate these types where they think they can actually get away with everything, bro. I just really hate it, bro. All right, let's just continue where we left off.
All right. It's a pity that you have to travel, and I wish you a safe journey on a... Yeah, thank you. Amazing. Bye-bye. You guys are great. We love you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thanks for your nice wishes. Pleasant time with you guys. We'll do it again sometime.
Go. You will now take the weed plant he recorded.
Sorry.
You will now
Guys, we'll do it again
thanks, young man, for
sometime.
letting
You will now take the weed plenty recorded. Oh my god. Oh my god.
go.
These types of degenerates have degenerate audiences, so I'm not surprised that TTS came with that message.
You will now take the weed plant he recorded.
Sorry.
Sorry.
So that TTS donation was attempting to snitch on them, because keep in mind the cops didn't know that he was live streaming. So whoever sent that donation, if they just did it 5 minutes before, he would have got totally busted.
Two numbers. Next room. Because basically, I think
Yes, but they called them. I watched them. Yes. I knew that one was like I knew that one we had to be really careful with. For sure.
Yeah, they saw the chat. Right. They saw it.
What?
They saw the chat, but I didn't realize what it is. The police.
No, he did.
Yes, I know.
No, he realized completely what it was. He said, "Are you live streaming?" The Chinese didn't really know about live streaming. He saw the chat and he said, "Are you live streaming?" Like quickly.
Live streaming is in their blood. Unfortunately, that's a reality. Their economy is becoming bust, and part of the economy is trying to compensate themselves by actually live streaming. Women do that, yes, but there can be different ways to actually earn money. But yes, Douyin is the Chinese counterpart of TikTok. Okay, seriously, they're trying to make ends meet, even when their economy is bust. So live streaming is a part of their blood. No matter where they're live streaming, whether it's only within China or out. Yes, it is a part of them, bro.
He locked the phone.
So they absolutely know what live streaming is, okay? Do not treat them as idiots, bro.
Yes, bro.
So now Sam Pepper is on the radar of the Chinese
This is Sam Pepper.
police. Great.
No fucking wonder. One of Sly Kane and all Dino's fucking goon friends, bro. CX is but a bunch of thugs, bro. Nothing but a bunch of thugs just getting their way, and they do not consider themselves tourists. They consider themselves gods. They consider themselves nothing but superior to the common folk. This is why I hate these types of groups, bro. Seriously, Christopher Dantes has been stained by the likes of this group, CX. They think you can actually just come over and just mess up society, even within their own exposure, just because they can. There's more harm to their equilibrium. There's more harm done to the equilibrium of a country more than promoting for the country's tourism. These types of people, nuisance streamers, IRL streaming, it has got to go. Unfortunately, these types of entitled people, not only do they have to get on the radar of everyone who don't like nuisance streamers at all, they need to be checked, rechecked, psych evaled, and just banned from going to any other country if they fail their psych eval. It's just, no. Absolutely not these types of people. Fucking no, okay? I'm not surprised that guy is part of CX. And I was right. That was fucking Sam Pepper. Another one of Sly Kane's friends, for fuck's sake. Oh my god. When does the age of nuisance streaming end? It is getting ridiculous to the point that it's becoming unacceptable, bro. these types of things that are happening to them, which is killing a country's tourism, it is becoming unacceptable, bro.